Today, I want to speak to you about the science in games. I remember when I went to University of the West Indies, I went there to study mathematics. And on my application, they reviewed my application and decided that they thought I was best suited to do economics. So I went into do economics. And after a while, I get to love statistics. So I did an econ and statistics first degree, then a demography or statistics second degree. And then my PhD was in education. But I started a PhD, which I need to actually complete one of these days in public health, majoring in epidemiology. One of these days, I'll actually finish that, possibly maybe next year. So I'll end up with 2 PhDs. But I'm not discussing PhDs right here. I'm discussing the science in games. So during my time studying economics at University of the West Indies, as a math person, math challenged me many times, but because of my love for it, I could actually absorb the things, even if it meant spending 10, 50, 5 million hours to do mathematics, I would do mathematics. So I remember doing a course which was called Game Theory. I did Game Theory 1 and 2. And for all those persons who do economics, they'll understand game theory. And it was one of the most difficult course I did. It was learning to use strategies in playing games to accomplish things. And the person who developed that was John Nash. And of course, John Nash, for those who don't know, was a gentleman who was so bright he became insane. And what he did was to observe pigeons to do a theory on games. And we had to learn that theory in terms of how to find the Nash equilibrium. It was a complex course. It was then that I realized that when you are to use life experiences, particularly pigeons, it is not as simple as it looks when you see those pigeons flying and perching and doing the thing. There is a science behind it. And John Nash was the individual who put the science for people to understand playing games. We appreciate that. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, it was an extensive set of mathematical theories and concepts that we had to learn as econ students. And of course, the course was very, very nice. But of course, I learned a whole lot of mathematics. Learn how to play games and understanding how your opponent is going to play imperfect and perfect information and how that actually operate with inside the games. So I want to take you now to understand, to say football is not as simple as football. There's a science to football a number of persons do not understand. And recently, the Reggae Girls was actually knocked out, naturally not going forward. And they did remarkably well, as well as the netballers. They did not actually go forward to actually go in the finals to actually become second or first to challenge for that final. So Australia became world champion in netball. But did the coaches understand the science of the game? Were the Jamaicans both reggae girls netball and reggae girls football? Did they understand the science in playing the game? Because when I look at how the team performed, I do not think they understood the science. And it was clear that the Australian coach mastered the science of netball. And the football coach for Colombia mastered the science of actually playing the game. So I want you to look now at Jose Mourinho gonna strategize and actually play in Barcelona, and I think it's 2010, and how we use the science of mathematics to actually play that Barcelona team. And I want you to see it. I'm going to actually come intermittently and actually look at it. But I just want you to sort of see it for you to understand that when you think you're playing games, the other persons are playing the science, the mathematics of the game when you are playing just a game. So here it is, Jose Mourinho. Look at it now.
At the San Siro, Inter Barcelona, and we played with Julius Caesar in goal. We played with the back four, Maicon, Lucio, Samuel, and Zanetti. And then we had, during the game, a different positioning in relation to the movement of Barcelona players and to our analyze of our difficulties, and after also analyzing our possibilities of hurting the opponents. Is a two leg. The first leg at home, and obviously we know that the second leg in Barcelona would be even a more difficult match for us to play. But basically, this was Mota and Cambiaso and Schneider, Eto'o and Pandev and Diego Milito. And in some moments of the game, we bring Pandev more to the inside and Eto'o more close to Diego, and being occupying the central zone with almost a diamond, but giving Eto'o the chance to try to be more close to Diego. But this was the basic situation. Barcelona at that time, even still today, even before that, the back four, and then Busquets, Xavi, Keita. Iniesta was not starting the game, and then Ibrahimovic was the striker. This was Pedro, and this is the guy I forget the name. Some player that they had there. Messi. This was the guy, and was with him that we started by analyzing and trying to predict the game and trying to anticipate the problems.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to
Hey,
understand
it's Adam from StreamYard.
how it is that Jose Mourinho understood his team and how he was going to play the football to ensure that his team got the best of Barcelona. And this was strategy to what Jose Mourinho did.
We have an exciting new feature to announce
in terms of
called
what he was
Green
actually
Room,
doing.
which is now available only on the
And I hope
business plan.
each person will understand.
At that time,
When people are actually talking about football and people actually speak about the tactics, there's a whole mathematics behind playing games, as I said to you before, that John Nash, a mathematician, developed. So playing games, ladies and gentlemen, is not as simple as just actually having the skills. It's understand, and this is why I know when you actually play games, an individual who is great in terms of thinking can actually play the game best and is more suited for the coach. High-level thinkers, not only a skilled person, but a high-level thinker. And I want you to sort of see how Jose Mourinho understood the quality of Barcelona, particularly the quality of Messi, and how he decided to play Messi, and how they defeated, as great as Messi was and as great as the team that Barcelona had, how they defeated them using the science in games. Here we go again.
They had Ibra as a 9 and fixing the center backs, and Messi was playing from the right, but obviously with the freedom to go to many different areas. Dani Alves was the player to go forwards all the time and to try to create this situation here. Our decision basically was what we are going to do when this situation happen, of Messi going in between the lines and Alves going forward. Are we going to get Zanetti on Messi, but then you will be dragged out of position, and then Alves will be all the time in here, and then Pandev or Eto'o, they are going to end playing almost as left back. How are we going to resolve this situation? And the situation for us was very, very clear, which was he cannot play alone when he come in between the lines. So this player here must be a player totally in control of this area here, always in communication with the left back. And there is a moment where he becomes yours, and I stay in the zone. But if in a certain moment you were attracted by other positions and Messi goes into these positions in between the lines, you have to decide to go. But then if you decide to go, you have to defend Alves. So there was a combination of ideas, but basically everything was around.
And let's let people understand who are actually watching this video. One of the things in mathematics and statistics that I've actually taught my students is relating to combination and permutation, looking at possibilities and how do you address those possibilities. Some person refer to it as statistics. It is raw, ladies and gentlemen, mathematics, the science of playing games. And look at this mastermind in Jose Mourinho, how he was using statistics and mathematics to play a simple game of what you call football. Look at the strategy, look at the mathematics, look at the combination that he thought about, and look at how he decided to play all those possible combinations. And in order for him to carry out this, he had to get a group of guys on the field who are high-level thinkers, not only master the craft of playing the game, but master the craft in understanding the game at the scientific level. Look carefully, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you appreciate as of today that if you're going to play a game, understand the science and how you're going to use science, mathematics, that is, and statistics to play simple games. Let's go again.
Not let Messi play. I remember after the game, the press was telling about using a word. In Italy, they were using the word gabbia. That I think the real translation is about, like a jail to Messi, because in the end we didn't play man to man, but Zanetti, Mota, Cambiaso, everybody was responsible for any position that Messi could go. Even if Messi sometimes was trying to go more to this side here, he would always go, and then Schneider was going to close. So our defensive approach was based on this positional problem, and probably the only positional problem that we had. A part of that, we just need to be really compact and don't give them too much space. They are going to have the ball more than us, much more than us.
And that brings me to the next point. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see people doing their thing in life and succeeding, do not follow them. What you need to do is to have a strategy. It will play itself out with your strategy. What a number of us have been doing, we are caught up by people's position in life, where they are, what they are doing, and the success that they are getting, and then you miss the science in the game, and you could have won the game by just sticking to your strength. So he's saying that yes, they have actually given, before in starting the game, Barcelona to have most of the possession. But then it wasn't about Barcelona having more possession, because they have given them that already, even though starting the game. But for them, it was about tactics, and they were going to use tactics to beat Barcelona, even with Barcelona having more strength than they do. So I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, who are actually eyesing persons and losing the essence of what is going on, sticking to your strength, and do not let anyone draw you out of your strength. Let's go again.
Obviously, because many times they were moving the ball without hurting, and we must be mentally strong to cope with that. Let them have the ball, but not creating many chances for us. The second part of the plan was exactly how to hurt them, because it's a first leg at home.
So here's this gentleman, this master tactician, this master draftman, this master chess player, this master mathematician, this master statistician, understanding fully well what his strengths are. And when he know that he understands his strength, he actually now deal with the weaknesses of the opponent and will exploit weakness of the opponent. This says to me, ladies and gentlemen, not only is there a science in playing games, but there's a science in life that many of us are not using. We are caught up by what people are doing. And because we are caught up with what people are doing, we miss the mark. Here it is, that the gentleman is using the science and using the science for tactics in the game. And he was able to defeat a team or victorious, or if you want to say beat a team that had more tactician in terms of craftsmen in playing football, and all he had was a group of men who understood what their assignments were, and they stuck to their assignments, and they were victorious. I am saying to a number of us, stick to your assignment, understand your assignment, and if you do that, there's no way you can actually falter. I'm going to put this clipping, this inside for us to actually view, because I want each person to actually view it. So I'm going to put it down in the description below for you to actually go and watch the entire thing to see how and where it is that you need to place yourself in life, and that you should not be following other persons because they're on top or doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a dialogue on this matter to talk about the science in games and how we can win life just playing games. Because life itself is a game. But do you understand the science in the game? You understand the math in the game? You understand the moves they ought to make in the game? Are you prepared to deal with your strengths and exploit weaknesses of your opponent? Which means you need to understand the game before you begin to play the game. Do I make sense? Do you understand it? Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It's a content provider with trusted information.